impressive progress in one neighborhood is more than either side wants to pay.
You know, what some Cincinnati city officials call progress was a small paving job down a small historic brick alley. But the reaction they got from the community, huge. Rich Jaffe joins us now from Camp Washington with a story that you will see only on Local 12 News. Rich, do tell.
Brad, Camp Washington is laced with these old brick alleys. The one that we are especially interested in is this one. It's called Holder Alley. Now, these old brick alleyways are some of the last vestiges of this area's ties to Cincinnati's Stockyard Pass. But last week, Cincinnati Public Service crew decided this alley needed an upgrade, an asphalt upgrade, and it created quite a mess. City officials call it a rut-filling job, using tar and asphalt to fill the lower edges of the old brick alley in Camp Washington. Residents call it a disaster. Melinda Welch heard the paving crew and came running out of her home to try and stop it.
Several of the neighbors and my sister came out and, we're like, what's going on? These are historic alleys. How dare you pave these without our permissions?
The city crew only got about halfway down the alley with the asphalt, but the streams of ugly black tar made it the rest of the way. Donna Currington's lived here for 24 years.
It hurt my feelings, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because it's ours. They had no right coming in. Now, if they would have asked us, we would have gave them our input, and they wouldn't have did it.
In emails with Camp Washington officials, Joe Flading of Cincinnati Traffic and Engineering said they don't solicit public input for maintenance work. But he went on to say, in the future, they'll be more mindful when considering maintenance work on brick and granite paved alleys around town. Flading told the community council to take the alley back down to the brick would cost between $15,000 and $20,000, saying it's hard to justify this expenditure when we can barely keep the through streets in decent shape.
We're basically saying, no, if you had the money to do it in the first place, you have the money to do it. They're about all we have left. And if this had happened in Clifton, if Clifton had alleys, there would be a major uproar. I look out my kitchen window and I see tar everywhere, and that's not okay.
Not okay at all to these folks. Now, because, according to the city officials, there's no money to fix this job, it was suggested that the community council here in Camp Washington put in what's called a community priority request with the city. Such requests are reviewed annually. So if they manage to do that, they actually get the estimate on what this job will cost, that request will be reviewed next year. In Camp Washington, on a rather asphalty Holder Alley, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News. Brad?
I have a feeling something might happen before next year, Rich. I appreciate it. Thanks very much. We're curious what you think about this policy and the city's mistake. Should the community have to wait and hope that they qualify for the priority request program, or should the city just go out and fix it? Please let us know what you think on our Local 12 Facebook page.